Take a look at how crazy this is. The match just started, we haven't even seen the enemy yet, and look at this damage Android 17 can do, deleting minions immediately. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this with every character. You need to change this setting right here. This setting is costing you tons of damage, losing XP, and overall falling behind in the early game, which is allowing enemies to fully steamroll you. You need to start manually selecting your abilities and levels, and here is why. Because in every match, there's always going to be different types of divine draws. These are randomized elements that introduce bonuses at the very beginning of the match. One bonus called Super Start is something that you've seen before. It lets your first ability that you choose to get leveled up get boosted to maximum at level 3, dealing crazy damage and having insane range. But if you have auto ability selected to on, you can't choose what ability will get affected by this bonus. Sometimes the game will alternate which abilities are learned first when auto is on. For characters like Android 17 in this example, it's almost always going to select his shield ability. Having that maxed out immediately is not really going to benefit you a whole lot, especially when it comes to farming and steamrolling enemies. You should instead focus on manually targeting his R1 ball barrier kick move. Look at what Superstar does with this ability here. That's an insane amount of clear, and to have this at level 2 this early on will let you clear the middle path and pressure your opponents almost instantly. But keep in mind, your opponents can also take advantage of this. But this can make or break your level gains easily and help you secure KOs early on. Especially if they're the ones with auto abilities on that you're playing against, you'll be able to take full control. Trunks' Burst Blade as well has really massive range when you do this with it, and can delete enemies that are trying to escape, especially with how much further the range gets. This will secure a lot of KOs super early on. I promise you, this is also why sometimes in early games your opponents are over leveled, stealing all the camps easily with one button and deleting you and your teammates instantly. Start manually selecting your abilities. This is going to change completely. Divine draws are not always going to be the same in every match. It's designed to randomize elements. Sometimes you're going to get super damage boost 1, which will make your skill 1 for that character have increased damage, but then you can't choose which skill this benefits. It always will be your skill number 1 for everybody. And this is represented by the highlight over your action bar, signifying that this is getting a bonus. So make sure you keep an eye on all the divine draws the game is trying to give you. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to help raise that 38% even higher. We have the highly requested Android 17 guide on the way, and you guys really love the Trunks one that we posted yesterday. And don't worry, Hit is also coming too. Be sure to check those out if you guys haven't yet, and also stay tuned because we're going to be doing a Platinum series for this game. We already did a Platinum series for Metal Gear Solid Delta and Final Fantasy VII Remake. You can find those movies right now on the channel. Please check those out and let me know what you guys think. You guys are also going to need to set your divine combo cards to manual as well. The same way that we set the abilities to manual, you do the same thing for the cards in that menu. After your first 5 or 6 games, you will unlock divine combo cards, which can be built differently in every match. It'll give you more damage or defense if needed, and even mobility as well as cooldown reduction, depending on which ones that you select manually. It's going to vary depending on your situation. Not every match is going to be the same, so you definitely want to be able to pick and choose what you need here. Sometimes you might accidentally also select the wrong card. If this does happen, you can change back to the correct card needed, but you only have a 2-second window to reopen the card menu and select the right one. I'm not a fan of how little time we actually have to correct this mistake personally, but you'll notice through the match, you keep gaining more points for cards continuously, even if you have all 3 already obtained. And then you can actually use this to cycle up through the cards from tiers 1, 2, and 3, and then replace whichever one that you might need. So you could also use this if an item isn't working out as good as you thought it would, or if you're being countered too often. This allows you to keep things versatile and stay fully ready, because you might want to take some cooldown reduction in certain situations over defense. Also, one of the best things in this game, we have to take advantage of training mode. You can go to training mode by going to character select. Let's click on Trunks, and right above customize is training. In this training mode, you can choose which characters you want to go up against or have helpers and stuff. So obviously, if you want to practice against like DPS characters, don't choose a tank like Vegeta. Choose somebody squishy like Piccolo, Krillin, any other DPS characters. And you can actually train on an actual in-game stage that you would be playing online, or a special training mode stage. A special training mode stage is okay for this example I'm going to show you guys. So it's a very small map. You have your teammate on this side. You could actually go into the settings and customize a few things. So let's actually raise Trunks to level 8. You could actually even reduce cooldowns, just so if you want to test a few things out so you don't have to wait for the full cooldown. You could change that. You can do infinite vanish steps if you want. But infinite divine combo cards is the direction that we're going to go with, right? And also, we're going to go over to the enemy which is these hero settings for enemies. And we're also going to raise it to level 8, just so we can kind of be balanced in that sense. And you could also set them to attack or not attack. So there's other ones you could actually mess around with too, different abilities you could actually see for your characters. It's very intuitive for the most part. I do wish that we could kind of increase enemy aggression levels, because they kind of just like hit you once and walk away, but it's fine for what it is. So the main thing that I really like about this is, if you look on the bottom left, our divine combo cards, we can actually use training mode to fully test what each ability does, just so you can get an idea of it, right? Too easy. Gives extra HP for 2 seconds, can be activated once every 30 seconds. And activation conditions, here's the kicker, when you take damage that brings your HP to 50% or less, this will activate and start healing you. Let's go ahead and do that. And now I'm actually going to go ahead and make Vegeta attack me, just so we can see how exactly does this activate, right? So he'll start attacking us, and you should see it activate at the 50% point is what they're saying. You see what I mean? Like the CPU is just kind of being weird with the way that they attack, not even using abilities. And there we go. We saw it just activate right there. We got a little bit of shield, which isn't exactly too much, but you get an idea of how exactly that works. And on the bottom left, you can see it's currently on cooldown 30 seconds, and we have to wait for that to come back, right? We actually can check out other stuff. Like you can check out Solid Barrier. This one's an interesting one. You gain a barrier that greatly reduces damage from enemy heroes, but the barrier is broken 2 seconds after the hero damages it. And this reactivates every 10 seconds that you're not taking damage from enemy heroes. So keeping that in mind and knowing what we know now, let's go ahead and get Vegeta to hit us. All right, see it activated, and we have the shield there. So we got a little bit of defense there. And again, they both went on cooldown for however long it says it's going to be. You get the idea. You're going into training mode, and you can actually mix and match between all of these, and you can even change to, like, we can go back to 1. Now we can actually switch it up. So we'll go to strategic escape. So now we should be able to run away when we're, look at that. Look how fast that is actually. Man, that's annoying. I had no idea that it was that good. So let's actually kind of see if he starts hitting me and then I go this way, it doesn't activate. I kind of have to like get out of their hit. It doesn't activate while I am. All right, so that's weird. If you're getting hit in the middle of getting hit and trying to run away, it won't actually activate. So see, that's a good thing to know why that doesn't function properly. I feel like it's not working as intended. They might have to switch that up. Giant Slayer, boost damage dealt to targets in proportion to their max HP until the end of battle. So this obviously is great for tanks. If you're going up against tanks, that's what you're going to use in order to damage them, right? So let's transform Trunks, and we'll see how much damage we deal and when it activates on here. So you see the red flashed over Trunks. That means it's activated right now. And you can do a significant amount of damage to tanks now. Activate when attack hits enemy hero with 80% or more HP. So they have to be kind of like, not full health, but up there, right? Yeah, see, it's activated now. You get an idea of it. I do wish that training mode was a little bit more intuitive, where the enemy, we can make Vegeta do like different abilities and stuff. But this is great still to understand exactly how these items can benefit you, and you can use them in regular matches. So I'm curious now. Let's see how that actually activates at the 50% mark. So we were dealing 142 damage there. Let me see. Yeah, so 114 is the standard hits, and then once we start to get to halfway, it went up to 131. And then even more, it went up from 130. So it went from 114 to 130 to 143. Right, you take a look at it. Let's see, it's 114. Now it's 131 and 142. Now we're actually learning exactly how these abilities work and coincide together, right? Super Snowball Effect. You see on the bottom left, Super Snowball Effect, and this item specifically, it stacks up to 4 times, and it drops down if you do get KO'd. So every time you KO or an assist on an enemy hero, it'll increase your damage. So right now we're at 0. I'm just curious to see, we're at 118 now. I'm just curious to see how much this will actually be increased. Now it's 126. So now we have 2 stacks. Let's keep it going. 133. So again, like if you're getting a lot of assists, if you're playing a character that especially benefits from assists like Trunks, he does. Now we're at 140 per each attack. And let's see what the final level will be like for it. 146. Against a tank, it's pretty good. It's really good to keep snowballing. Definitely use training mode to practice certain characters, understand what their moves are, and also what the divine combo cards can do, depending on the character it is that you choose. We showed you guys how you can grind to get more characters for free already, but there are some characters that you will pretty much need to wait a while for until you can unlock them for free. So this tip is mainly for those who don't mind making purchases or don't want to wait, but it's kind of crazy how we can secure all the characters with this. I see, just to show you guys right here, I actually just booted it up on my phone. You see on my phone, now that I've reduced the brightness a bit, I can actually, I'm on the same exact account. I have all of my stuff that I previously have on PlayStation, but the $710 first time bonus for Dragon Gems is there again. So if, for example, you're playing on PlayStation, you can get the $10 there. If you have the same account on your mobile device, you could do it there. If you also have an iPhone, you could do it there as well, because these stores are all different, but the account applying it still works. You could also do the same thing on PC via Steam, so you get the idea on how exactly you can manipulate that. The only catch is that once you get those gems, you have to purchase it through that device. So I went ahead and purchased it. You see it says sold out right there. And on the top right, you can see I have the 700 gems embedded on the account. So now that I did that, let's actually boot back up PlayStation. And you'll see on the top right, it actually doesn't apply to the PlayStation version. So you have to make those character purchases with those gems on your mobile device or whatever other device it is that you purchased it on. So go ahead and get all the other characters or whatever it is that you want. And then you can log back onto your PlayStation and get the same thing. Yeah, so look at that. I went on my phone now and I purchased, I got Android 18, I got Hit and Cooler. And you'll see on the top right, I actually still have 245 gems, which my PlayStation version always had. And I can use that now to buy whoever else it is that I want. Or I can log onto Steam and now do the same thing. And since it's the same account, it gives me those characters. So say, for example, you really like this game. It is free to play. And obviously there's going to be some paid elements in order for them to exist and thrive. If you have multiple devices, like say you have a mobile phone, you have a PlayStation, and you also have a PC, you can log on those different devices, and for about $40, I would say, you can get the entire roster. Maybe even just $30, you can get the entire roster. So that's pretty cool. In this game, to break the enemy towers and win by defeating their gods of destruction, you have to use your abilities inside of their tower while Zeno is bonking them. These are known as Gekishin bursts. All abilities, including ultimates, can be used to do this, but you got to make sure that you save your ultimates and prioritize the regular abilities, at least for smart situations, like when enemies aren't nearby, or they're stuck on respawn, or you snuck around them. But keep in mind, in team fights, trying to use your ultimate, in this case, Android 17's ultimate, can actually get you killed and stuck in the animation of trying to activate a Gekishin burst with your ultimate, since it's trying to register that if you're standing inside of it. I'm pretty sure this happened to a lot of people trying to assist in a team fight, trying to use an ability, but we're stuck in a Gekishin burst that we didn't mean to activate. I personally don't like this system, and I hope that they change it in some way to something different. But for now, this is what we got to do to pay attention. You can also be really aggressive if you know for sure that you can break a tower or your teammate can break a tower. Breaking a tower will give your entire team shields and bonus health for a little bit. So if a fight is starting upon breaking a tower, keep an eye on this, and you and your teammates can actually put up a great fight and loop enemies into being wiped easily. Hey guys, we're trying to build a Discord community to help people that are stuck in solo queues that don't have people to play with actually get some fun matches in. So feel free to join our Discord down below. And when you join into our Discord, you're going to be introduced to the new rules and stuff. Make sure you read through those, but also go down to the roles category, which I am blocking over there. Go down to roles, and from here you can actually accept and choose the Gekishin Squadra role, which is this one that has Goku powering up. You're gonna click on this one, it'll make you Squadra role, and then you're gonna scroll all the way down here and access our Dragon Ball thread that we have in the chat. And from here we can actually communicate with each other. We have a few people in there already, and we're gonna be customizing it so this way you guys will have a voice chat and the capabilities of queuing up together and forming a little community in that way. And that about wraps it up for this video, guys. I I'm definitely going to be bringing more character guides, more build guides as well. There's a lot of fun things you can do in this game, and I'm looking forward to talking with you guys and making videos about it. We're going to be making some Borderlands content as well. The game just came out, so if you guys are excited for that, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Gekishin Squadra videos are on the way, and you don't want to miss them. My name is Blitz, and thanks for watching.